your insight. Review what feels so right. Criticize the light. Movie shining bright. My opinion is mine. Like a never-ending call. Watch them arise and fall. Stories big and small. Screens light up the hall. I will say it all. React with all your sight. Review the day and night. Criticize is a right. Shows that steal the light. My opinion stands so free. Like a storm upon the sea. Watch them rise and fall. Stories big and small. Scries light up the hall. I will say it all. Quest, react, review, criticize. Quest. React, review. Criticize. Quest. React with all your insight. Review what feels so right. Criticize the light. Movie shining bright. My opinion is mine. Like a never-ending call. Watch them arise and fall. Stories big and small. Screens light up the hall. I will say it all. React with all your sight. Review the day and night. Criticize is a right. Shows that steal the light. My opinion stands so free. Like a storm upon the sea. Watch them rise and fall. Stories big and small. Scries light up the hall. I will say it all. Quest, react, review, criticize. Quest. React, review. Criticize.
Hey everyone. So we're going to be watching Lost in Space, Netflix series from 2018. Interesting how this won the poll. It was polled against Star Trek and Stargate, yet Lost in Space got more votes. So here we are. Just to give you an idea of what's going to happen, we're going to be watching 2 episodes every day, every night, Monday to Friday, until the first 10 episodes for season 1 are done. Then we'll start season 2 next week. I hope people didn't get confused with Lost in Space, because obviously this version is the only version available on Netflix, specifically in the UK. I don't know if you can watch the classic Lost in Space in America on Netflix, but it's not available on Netflix for us in the UK. But before we do, please hit like, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and please let's keep it civil in the chat, and yeah, I hope you enjoy this show. If any of you have not been on a watch party before, this gives you the option to join me as I watch the show myself. So yeah, obviously I can't put it on screen because copyright, but yeah, I really like this show. I remember watching it when it first came out, and yeah, visually it looks great. It's not poorly written. There are some parts that could have been better, obviously, like with any show or movie or franchise. But yeah, I think this show was a gem in a time when we needed it. It was 2018, so it was during COVID that this show started. So yeah, whilst we were locked down, I watched this show, which was great, which I really enjoyed watching. I kind of like the parallels. There are parts that are very close to the 1990s movie. I forget what year it's specifically. But yeah, um, I'm thinking that maybe we'll watch season 1 and then possibly Saturday, if you guys like the idea, then I will probably do another live stream where we talk about season 1. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the stream. I hope you enjoy the show, and don't mind me butting in now and then with silly comments. Right, so let's get into this. The timer will be starting. Okay, just check that it's working. I think it's a really good opening scene as well for the show. Really good. I like the aesthetic designs of the suits and everything. It's really good. And the fact that they're playing Go Fish, it's good. Just let me know that you cannot hear the audio. Shouldn't be able to, but you never know. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger! I like the way that they made the Jupiters look like very close to the Jupiter 2 from the movie, the Matt LeBlanc movie. I find it interesting that they say 3,000 feet when it actually says nearly 4,000 meters. Thanks for that, David. Thanks for letting me know. It's great to see you, bud. Pinnacle of technology in the future. The hatch that gets jammed. An emergency escape hatch that will not open. Great fun. Yeah, it's a very, very Defiant-esque design. Um, so yeah, you're right. It does give off Defiant vibes, but it makes sense. It makes sense. It's a good, well designed ship. Um, Let me know if the mic's too loud when I talk, because I don't want to blow your eardrums out, and it is going into the red occasionally. Oh, I didn't notice that before. Let me just move the chat box up. There we go. That'll be better. So you can see the timer. Sounds fine. Okay. But if it does pop or anything like that, just let me know and I will adjust it. So I just got a little bit of a lag spike there, but I think that's hardware rather than anything else. Though it is on Netflix, so could be a little bit of interference left over from the weekend's issues with my broadband. I actually like the flashback parts as well to before the launch, which is pretty good. First fresh air in months, she says. I actually think they did well with this show for the cast as well because they're very good at this in these roles. I like how they have those space age tents as well, the ones that they have to inflate to erect. Find it interesting that they have to wear their jackets because of the cold weather. Are the spacesuits not insulated? I will call these things out. It does make it interesting. I mean, a spacesuit would be insulated, right? Yeah, Judy, get back up here right now. I find it interesting that the whole point of her going down there was to pick up a lithium ion battery. You'd think in the future there'd be some sort of alternative to lithium ion. I thought she said it would take hours for it to freeze, though. No sense of time. Yeah, no more doing anything until I say so. I'm the woman. Liar. He says he's getting there. That's exactly my point, David. Earlier on, when I said about are the suits not insulated, they're wearing cold weather gear over their suits. Doesn't make sense. But like I said at the beginning, I mean, there are bits you can take out of this and notice, but compared to most other shows, it is actually quite well written, and it's just certain things like that just don't fit the plot. So, David, have you seen this before, or is this the first time watching? It could be argued that the thing that's keeping her warm is actually the equipment that she's got on, other than just the suit. Maybe that's what's keeping her warm, possibly. Saw it on its release. I liked it. I still do. I watch it at least once a year, along with Terra Nova, a few others. I was tempted to put Terra Nova on the poll, but it's only like one season. Much I think Terra Nova was originally two seasons, but I think they put it all together for one into one. But in the end of it, when they released the DVD, I'm still shocked that this won the poll. Yeah, I was as well. I was disappointed they only had three seasons. I really enjoyed Terra Nova. That's it's a good show. I really like it. It's definitely one of my once a year watches. This is probably a weird question, but how come in some sci-fi shows black people tend to have a bit of a green tinge to their skin? It's like when we saw inside her helmet, part just above her eye was green. How? So I think the opposite is for white people when they have something similar. It's like yellow or something. It's really weird. So you didn't notice. I mean, it's only just a little bit above the eye, but that's about it. Took him long enough to realise there was magnesium in that mountain. Steve joins us at at the best moment when Will Robinson falls down a crevice. Steve, how you doing? You old Yorkshire geek. Yeah, it's the Netflix one. The classic one is not available on Netflix. And as you know, when I do these, I don't want to get people to spend their money renting or buying a show just to watch along with us. So it makes more sense to do the Netflix one. I did check to see if the classic was available, but before I did the poll, but no, not without renting it or buying it. Now we're going to do some field surgery. So cutting into someone's leg is like cutting into steak. Sure, sure. It's not the movie, Grace. Not the movie. Yeah, I bet it's not as tasty as steak. See, if Star Trek or Stargate had won the poll, then I'd be starting with the movies, or the for Star Trek specifically, I'd be doing The Cage. But 60% of the vote went for Lost in Space, so here we are. It's the only one on Netflix. Where are you? Canada. Looks like a set from Stargate. SG-1. You say Stargate would take forever? Star Trek would take forever. There's a lot more. Keep forgetting to finish Stargate Infinity. I don't want to, but I also want to be a completionist. I don't think Infinity technically has a huge part to do with the universe. Hmm. Windgrace certainly is, Steve. Glutton for punishment. The good thing is, once I finish this show in just under 3 weeks, I'll put out another poll. Hey Justin, once I finish with this one, I will put another poll up for a bit longer, which I will add Terra Nova to, because I wouldn't mind doing this with Terra Nova. I like Terra Nova. But I'll keep Star Trek and Stargate on the poll as well. The Robinsons stick together. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. Your books are going in the bin. Uh, there'll be different start times. The only reason I started this at at this time was because I was over watching Steve on his live. But for the most of the week, it'll be a 9 o'clock start until Friday. Then it'll be back to 10:30. That's UK time though. UK time. I mean, if this is too late or too early, let us know, and I'll look into it. Maybe doing it a bit later or a bit earlier, maybe. So I'm going to keep doing that now and then because I'm getting used to. Last week I got a new chair. I haven't got any arms on the chair, so I can't rest my arms on them anymore. But it's much more comfortable despite that. So that's good. When I first saw this scene where Will Robinson's sitting against the fallen tree and you see the embers floating around, I originally thought that they were some sort of firefly or lightning bug, but turns out it's not. That's fine. It will just around. Any suggestions? Hmm. I mean, if 10:30 is a better time to start, then for me, sort of this time, then maybe I can shift them all and do them all at 10:30 UK time. If that makes it easier. That scene where we're looking out at the distant at the horizon there with the mountains and that. I mean, you would wonder how the mountains would form at an angle like that. Yeah. I mean, I'm no geologist, but I'd say that there has to be some sort of celestial turbulence or something that cause it to do that. All right then, David. Kirk, he made love to them. Tectonics. Yeah, I guess you're right. Geek, that's or Steve, I should say. Could just be the tectonics. But I'd say that there could be some other celestial event or something maybe that causes it. I mean, they literally form at an angle like that, and they're a point, and there's so many of them. You kind of makes you wonder. No, it was Kirk. It's Kirk knowing how to make gunpowder. He did it all. He knows how to make gunpowder hundreds of years in the future when they don't need gunpowder. And you can't make gunpowder just like that. Not just like that. No way. Ooh. It's funny how all alien worlds seem to look like Canada. But in saying that, this forest could be anywhere in Northern America, couldn't it? North America, to be honest. Oh look, it's Ed 209's feet and legs. Danger, Will Robinson, exactly. I have to admit, when I first saw the robot in this, I thought it looks too different. But it grows on me. It grew on me because there's kind of an explanation as to why they look the way they do. P3X425. Well, I'm quite partial to P3X426, to be honest. Yeah, with Grace. He'll be fine until he dies on some random asteroid. Exactly. He falls in love with Dylan and tries to kill Sheridan. Fair enough. I love the way that this is part like one of those message things that they come out with. Where you know, you're trying to take the kids away from me. You already left. Yeah, but not forever. Um, it's what's best for the kids. It's like, well, hang on a minute. What's best for the kids would be to have their father go with them, right? I like Toby Stevens, but he was a bit Rick Mail in Die Another Day. Yeah. It looks an alien moth. Now we're in Avatar. Weird bugs with glowy bits. Can a robot die? Because Will just asked the robot if he can die. Well, Will said to the robot, he's dying, aren't you? But can a robot actually die? I mean, as long as the memory's intact, I don't think it can die. I guess I'll ask Elon on X. Can one of your robots die? As if it couldn't get worse. He's been a crap dad so far, trying to chuck the youngest in icy water, then letting him fall down that slope. Someone called Child Protection Agency. I don't think it's that bad because I mean, don't forget. I mean, they have all been trained for this. They've been trained to survive this sort of thing. So it's not like Will would be in a serious amount of danger. He knows what to. He would know what to do. I'm sure if Will was actually hurt after sliding down there, I'm sure that he would have gone for him. But it's one of those. It's like the what's it? The one of those impossible scenarios. You know, what would you do when you've got the choice of one of two of your kids? Although saying that, Will did was silly enough to climb the tree where the robot is. I'll change the gravitational constant of the universe and save them both. Easy, the one with the greatest potential. Which one's that? Bear in mind, Will is the. I think he's the engineer of the ship of the crew, whereas Judy is actually the doctor. So, which is you got to weigh it down that way as well. Which one's more important, the engineer or the doctor? I think he was the engineer. I can't remember. It's been a year since I watched it around about. So, hmm. Yay, robot! But as for choosing which one, it's always the one that's least likely to survive. You got someone trapped in ice, and you got a kid that's just slid down a crevice who's not injured. Do you trust that that kid will survive the fall? Know what he's doing? Moth, danger, Will Robinson, danger. So I've got a moth that keeps flying around now. Tell me you wouldn't poo your pants if you suddenly saw that thing walking towards you. I wouldn't. I'd be like, "Can you help, please?" Yeah, it's a 7 foot tall robot with armor plated, and you're gonna stand there and you're gonna try and fight it off with a little knife that's about 6 inches long. Sure. Will Robinson. There you go, Steve. How's that for thermodynamics? The ice isn't only melting, but it's evaporating. Nice. Good old Space Family Robinsons, yes. No, you don't see the Swiss version getting multiple remakes. Actually, how many times did they remake it? I think they remade the movie at least twice, I think. But then I think it's had two shows as well, hasn't it? So, or if not proper shows, maybe miniseries. I think the BBC made one, didn't they? Or was it Channel 4? I remember. Ah, the Resolute. Yes, at least they can cook things there. Yeah, exactly. Oh, look, it's Dawn. 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 Ah. Oh, Dr. Zed Smith. Oh, the pain. The pain. Certainly no Gary Oldman, is it? It was Gary Oldman, wasn't it? No, where? I can't remember. It's a long time ago. It's not one I watch very often. Bill Mummy, yeah, that's it. It's not even Dr. Zoldberg. No, exactly. Into the old time vortex. Gary Oldman in the film, yeah. Okay, so that's episode one. Done. One and done. Right. Right, so what do you think? I still like it. I mean, there are bits that I can pick out of it nowadays, but chronotons, yes, chronotons. Right, I'm going to take this opportunity to go and have a break. I will be back shortly, but don't go anywhere. I won't be long. I just need to make a coffee and do something that Jay does often. But talk about yourself. Let you know. Put in the chat any questions you might have for that episode, because yeah, and please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will be back shortly.
I'll be back before too long. Gonna find where I belong. Taking time to heal my soul, till the pieces make me whole. Walking down this lonely street, memories beneath my feet. Every step feels bittersweet, but I know what I must mean. I'll be standing strong and true, facing skies of brightest blue. All this storm I will push through. I'll be back to shine with you. Days go by like passing trains, washing down the past like rain, building up what time has slain, stronger from the joy and pain. Walking down this lonely street, memories beneath my feet. Every step feels bittersweet, but I know what I must mean. I'll be standing strong and true, facing skies of brightest blue. Every storm I will push through. I'll be back to shine with you. I'll be standing strong and true, facing sky the brightest blue. Every storm I will push through. I'll be back to shine with you. Drifting in endless space, a curtain of stars embrace, a veil of cosmic grace, floating through time and place. Silent echoes all around, no beginning to be found, weightless in this endless sound. We are stardust burning bright, dancing through the endless night, lost in everlasting light. We are stardust burning bright, riding on a comet's trail. Through the void we softly sail, past the moon so cold and pale, where no earthly winds prevail. Silent echoes all around, no beginning to be found, weightless in this endless sand. We are stardust burning bright, dancing through the endless night, lost in everlasting light.
I am back, guys. It's just I actually quite like this song. I don't know why. I think it's fitting for Lost in Space as well. I was gifted a membership. Nice.
We are stardust, burning bright, dancing through the endless night, lost in everlasting light.
In case you were wondering, I actually own the commercial rights to these songs that I'm playing on these little bits, which is quite cool actually. So YouTube, I own the commercial rights to these songs, so copyright is mine. Okay, I'm back. Oh, wrong Steam. There we go. There we go. I really do need to get one of those Elgato Stream Decks. It'd be really helpful. But yeah. So, what do we think of episode 1? You know, I've always liked it, so I'm kind of biased towards it, to be honest. I think it's a really, really good show, in my opinion. But I think it's kind of cool that I keep getting gifted memberships to that old Yorkshire Geek. Nice. Nice. Check that the stream's still going. It is. Bit of a delay, as usual. Get live. There we go. Got a spare gazillion quid for one of those snazzy Stream Decks. They're not that expensive, to be honest. It's a good solid start. Yeah, it was a good solid start. I agree. And I think Disney, Lucasfilm, and Marvel should take a look at that and think, maybe we should do that. Do something like that. Because we get straight into the business. They're crashing right at the beginning. And then we get the flashbacks at the right moments. We start to get the family dynamic and how they started out as a failing family, and as we progress, they actually get close together and become a tight group. It is a good solid start, that's for sure. So yeah, we'll get into episode 2 shortly. Because I think it's like they did the same with Terra Nova. I think that has a solid start to it. You get the family dynamic in that as well, where the dad's in prison. He's a cop, but he gets imprisoned because they had an extra kid, because he couldn't keep it in his pants or whatever. But it's good. I caught up with this series this year. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, it is a really good series. I can't recommend it enough, to be honest. But if you want to support the channel, please do. Pinned to the top of the chat over this side, there's links to the Streamlabs tipping page, and if you want to take a look at some merch in the store, feel free. You get some shirts like this, except for the hole. The hole is only in my version, apparently, and I'm sticking the wrong finger up. But, except for that hole, you won't get the hole if you buy one of these. But yeah, also the mug, really nice. I like my new logo. I like my logo. But yeah, it's entirely up to you. I'm not forcing you, but if you decide that you would like to support the channel, please do. But the best thing you can do is please do hit that like and subscribe if you have not already. Yes, he is a serial killer in Criminal Minds, and I never liked Criminal Minds, to be honest. Yes, Steve, I know you have one. I think you have the old logo, don't you? I did like the old logo, but I figured something more simple is better. And when I described this in on one of those websites, it came out with it, and I thought, oh, that looks good. That's pretty cool, actually. I just wanted the Q and then it came up with this, and I liked it. So yeah, um, hmm, old school Quest. Well, actually, I've got. I think I've still got my very first version of the logo as well. I might hunt that out and see if I can find that and just put it up and show people what the first logo was, what the second logo was, and then hey, the new one. But yeah. Yes, and Steve, I have one of your mugs. I have. Was it the? I think the mug is um, uh, Bloody Game, and I've got your T-shirt as well. I think that one's and that's the one that says Bloody Hell, Lara. I'm so glad you took my suggestion for that because that was really good. I did like to watch you play Lara Croft Tomb Raider. It's pretty good. It was funny. Funny. But yeah. So, um, shall we get into episode 2? I think it's about time. So let's get into this, and the timer will start. Yeah. Classic. Nice. Classic. Interesting. I actually have Alien Isolation ready for my other channel, my gaming channel. I haven't installed it yet, but I've got it. I just have to install it. Yeah, forgot about the bloody chicken. Even though I rigged the voting, I'm not winning. What voting? What vote? What vote did you rig? Hmm. Oh, Steve's next game. Okay. Oh, Windgrace voted for Ghostbusters. Okay. Gaming wise, I'm playing A Plague Tale Requiem at the moment. I don't think I've seen that one. But if it's a new game, then I don't pay much attention to new games because I can't play them. Because I've still got a PS4 and I've got an old computer that will not play anything new. 12 to 15 million an episode, this series, yeah. Just Google it, yeah. I think it did well with the ratings on IMDb, and I think Rotten Tomatoes was actually really good for it as well. All good to it. Not new, a few years old, playing on PS5, yeah. Mhm. Photo album. Hmm. Emergency flares, check. Chicken, check. Henway. Just saw Parker Posey in the film The Parenting. Okay. Any good? What's a Henry? I think you know the answer to that. No, I have to hunt the DVD for that out. It's been so long since I watched it. I do like a bit of Deep Star 6, but I also want to hunt out Silent Running as well. Haven't watched that in a long time. 4 out of 10. About £4. But mind you, I haven't watched 2001 in a long time either. Might have to find that and do a watch party of that because I haven't seen that in a long time. New subscriber. No notification in the alert box. It's supposed to be an alert. Welcome, welcome, Wind. Wind Grace. Finally out of new subscriber jail. Wind Grace's AI musical alter ego. I'm actually surprised that there's been no notification. There should be a notification come up on the screen. It's not showing up on the list either. Strange. Black Sails was really good. I was working at Asda at the time, and I had a nice conversation with a few of the other drivers when I was there. It's interesting I didn't get the notification come up. Look in the settings to see why. Huh. I don't think I missed it because I would have heard it. I'm sure I would have. You lasted 1 minute into the episode of it. Really? Flag. Our flag means death. Ooh. Interesting. Geeky got further than me. No, Judy is no Heather Graham. But hey, even in 2018, they had to have their DEI, right? They had to tick their box. Not that I have a problem. I think she did really well in this role. Really well. Especially as it progresses. I'm going to test my widget. This should come up. Hmm. See, that should have happened. See, that should have happened. Why didn't that happen? If I had a new subscriber, why didn't it happen? So there were two notifications that I should have got for subscribers. Interesting. But it didn't work. I'll have to look into that. Oh, there we go. It works for at least one of them. Hmm. Interesting. I was just checking the live stream when that happened, so it didn't come up on the stream. Why? Hmm. I'm going to have to look into that. That should have come up on the screen properly. Hmm. Hmm. I can do both. I can do both. It's just when you think you got everything set up properly, and then all of a sudden something happens, and he's like, "Well, it's annoying." But fine, I will sort that out for the next stream. Hopefully that'll be fixed for tomorrow. He's lost in cyberspace. Boom, nailed it. And now they're at the alien ship crash site, robot ship. Well, not Jupiter 17. Sorry, I wasn't watching. I wasn't watching. Just to show you, paying attention. Yes, Penny. Every time you go up there, it's something worse. I like how they use a good old Thrustmaster HOTAS system in this for the throttle controls. Stop panicking, Bad Penny. Yeah, Bad Penny. Naughty Penny. See? It's a bit anticlimactic that it doesn't have the wheels on it, despite the fact that the wheels are stacked either side of it. Some assembly required. Well, I mean, you would have thought they would listen to the experienced soldier trained in survival in situations like that over a professor that, just builds spacecraft. So you got a robotic arm that will put the tires and the wheels in place, but it won't do up the bolts and nuts. Weird. To be honest, having the robot do it is probably a lot slower than doing it yourself by hand. Penny? I didn't think she knew how to drive. If she didn't know how to drive, how does she know how to start it? Like a normal mechanic to do a half-assed job. Yeah. Thing is, there was another robot that was supposed to do the to do up the nuts, but he had a better union than the other one. Just like bumper cars, where everybody dies. Nice. Aren't you supposed to fire it straight up? Because if you fire it at an angle, then you could be anywhere in the trajectory of that flare, can't you? So if you fire it straight up, then you get the line of smoke that says like that's where they are, right? Because if I remember rightly, a flare gets their attention, but the smoke is actually what tells you where it is. So you're supposed to fire it straight up. Yeah. You're hovering. It's an alien spacecraft. Of course you're going to hover. You've got a flashlight. I don't think he had one. Or did he? Jealous dad time. Is the chat frozen? Hmm. You're eating a curry, Steve. Okay. But at least I know it works. Danger, Will Robinson. What do you think he was? A Rambler Crane series? He's an alien robot. No, it's a completely different robot that looks just like me. Not at the moment, I'm not. I did find it a little bit interesting that the robot's color scheme is very much like the uniforms that they wear. You got the orange trim lines and stuff, and the dark blue. It's like the adult uniforms are like dark blue, the kids ones are more grey, but they still have that trim. It's a match. Not wrong, never noticed before. I always noticed it, but I never really paid much attention to it. No, you wouldn't. You'd just hug your chicken a bit more. Cool. Ding, 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 ding. David. Uh, I mean, how fast do you think they're going? Because it looks to me like they're not even doing 30 miles an hour. No, she just went to the last item on the list. Oh, look, just like I said earlier. Should listen to him. He's a soldier. He's experienced. He's trained. Yeah, she's a woman, exactly. Put her in tinfoil, ready for cooking. David. Ooh, she's wicked. Is that Dr. Smith? Hmm. There you go. There's your answer. If you put two more wheels on that, on the back of that buggy, it would be from Mass Effect. Yes, it would. Or It's very similar to the one in The Martian, right? I mean, the front looks like it's very similar. Emergency landing plan B, yes. And not the band. Ugh, wait, you saved some Oreos? Really? You saved one? Or two? Mum, you're crushing the Oreos. Oh, screw the Oreos. It's not like they're bourbon creams at the moment. Don't worry, he's not dangerous at this second. And that's the end of the episode. Mm, okay. Well, that's episode 2 done. We'll move those a bit. Right. I always like watching this. I always enjoy it. I think it's really good. Really enjoy watching this show. I thought about doing The Expanse, but um, yeah. Neil Marshall directed that one. Pity he doesn't get more films, but he kind of got burned on Hellboy, I suppose. Yeah, yeah. It happens. I mean, they do a good job in one, and they kind of get screwed over in the future, right? So there we go. That was episode 2. As always, I enjoy watching these. There we go. Get some more light. So, what do you think? Do you guys enjoy that? I enjoyed it, and I'm gonna look for. I'm looking forward to doing this over the next 3 weeks or so, or just under. Because I think season 3, I think, has fewer episodes, doesn't it? I think is it. I can't remember exactly how many it has. I think it's is it 7? No, is it 6 or 8? I can't remember. I think it's 8. Let's quickly check that if it loads up again. Yeah, 8 episodes. Fun series, but Dr. Smith exasperates me. Yeah. Um, the thing is, it's not Dr. Smith though, is it? I mean, she took the name of someone called Dr. Smith, so she's not technically Dr. Smith. Um, but yeah, it makes sense. I mean, her character does grow a lot in the show, but in an anticlimactic way, I guess. Um, but if you haven't seen it, I won't give away too much. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this. I hope you guys are. I hope you guys are. Um, yeah, I don't know what to say about it now. Uh, but obviously, there are things that you can pick apart easy, just like any show or any movie you can. I don't want to criticize it too much for what it is because it's a really enjoyable show. I always enjoy watching it. And how many times have I said that through this live? um, but yeah, they did a good job. Netflix did do a good job. and I think they do a good job with most of their stuff, except sometimes mm, they don't do as good, obviously, because even Netflix is like Amazon and like Disney. They sometimes they'll have a really good thing, and then other times they'll have a really bad one. Like mentioned before, Black Sails. That was a good show. That was Amazon. Yeah, yeah. And then you had The Last Kingdom and also Vikings, another two good shows. Great effects, good, looks gorgeous, but it did cost 15 million per episode. Yeah, but that's kind of like the norm, wasn't it? It's like it, they do rely heavily on CGI. I like to think that they went to locations to film, but I think they might have used some edited stock footage, to be honest, for some of it, um, because it kind of makes more sense. Because they probably used an LED wall for a lot of it, or possibly even green screen. I think they did use a lot of green screen. LED walls weren't a huge thing at that time. At that point, it's not serious sci-fi; it's entertainment sci-fi. Yeah, you're right. You're right, David. It's not serious. Serious sci-fi, you want, it has its realism. I mean, take The Expanse. The Expanse to me, that was a more serious sci-fi because that is actually a representation of what it could be like in the future. Once we've colonized our system. Um, Obviously, up until the point where we get the alien stuff involved, like that's the goo stuff. I don't like that stuff in The Expanse. I think it could have been more. They could have been more realistic, I suppose. Um, but they had to. It's sci-fi. They had to have an alien representation there, or included. So they included it, and it just happened to be an infectious biotechnology, um, whose sole purpose was to create a supergate. Which I'd be surprised because I think because uh, I'm trying to think now. Mm, is it Mark Ferguson? I think is it Mark Ferguson, Hawk Osby? I think they took over the Expanse after season one, didn't they? And then I think they had the Stargate included because they were huge Stargate fans, which is why Amazon chose them to supposedly write the Bible for Stargate, which turns out that they probably would just ignore. But I think if Amazon are absolutely serious about doing Stargate, then they need Mark Ferguson, Hawk Osby involved, because I think that would be a huge make a huge difference. But but yeah, I mean, The Expanse I thought was mostly serious sci-fi in regards to the non-alien stuff, because that would happen to us physically. We would end up having taller, thinner bodies if we were in space, because of the lower gravity on the asteroids and space stations. Because there's no artificial gravity. It's all caused by what they know to be true. What they know from physics that would happen. That's possible. Spin gravity. What's the other one? The gravity they have on the ships. I can't remember what they call it. It's But anyway, the artificial gravity that's caused by the acceleration of the ship. I can't remember what the actual term used, but you know. But there are issues with spin gravity in reality because physics, biology. Okay, David, I'm about to call it a night anyway. So yeah, I mean, if you like if you like the stream, then please do hit like, hit the subscribe if you haven't already, and join me tomorrow for episodes 3 and 4 at 9 p.m. GMT. I'm not sure what that is in America. I'll figure that out. So yeah, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and Till next time, guys, take care, stay safe, and may the Schwartz be with you.
Quest. React with all your insight. Review what feels so right. Criticize the light. Movie shining bright. My opinion is mine. Like a never-ending call. Watch them arise and fall. Stories big and small. Screens light up the hall. I will say it all. React with all your sight. Review the day and night. Criticize is the right. Shows that steal the light. My opinion stands so free. Like a storm upon the sea. Watch them rise and fall. Stories big and small. Scries light up the hall. I will say it all. Quest. React. Review. Criticize. Quest. React. Review. Criticize.